So recently, one of my most frequently asked questions is how do I get my audio so crisp and clean in my YouTube videos? And I really appreciate that compliment because this is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera in this room. We have a very live room with respect to echoes. We have marble floors. We have the air conditioner going. We have the PC noise in the back. So today, I'm gonna show you guys how I edit my audio in DaVinci Resolve to get it as crisp and clean as you are hearing it now. And hopefully we can do this in less than 5 minutes. Let's head over into Resolve. All right, guys, so here we are in DaVinci Resolve. And before we even go into Fairlight, we are going to set ourselves up for success in project settings. So let's come up here to File, Project Settings, and then we're going to go down to Fairlight. And we're going to change this one setting, which is target loudness level, and we're going to change that to -14 LUFS, right? Now, here's the thing. We're using -14 because that's the target loudness level for YouTube. Disney Plus, Netflix, Apple TV will all have different ones. We're focusing specifically on YouTube today. Here's what's going to happen. If we're over -14 LUFS, like -13, YouTube is going to normalize us down, to -14. We don't want that, right? On the contrary, if we're under it, say -15, YouTube won't touch it. But if we're too low, it may be too low for our audience to hear, and we don't want that, right? So we want to get as close to -14 as possible. I like to get to probably around -15 personally. So let's go ahead and save that, right? And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change my gain over here, probably about 9 or so decibels. Now, this is just personally for me because I record a little bit quieter because I'm using the in-camera preamps. And I found that the setting that I have on my camera right here is where I get the best headroom because it's easy for my voice to definitely peak at times. I probably could go a little bit more higher, but I think right now we're peaking around -20. This is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera. Yeah, so about -20. So we're just going to go over here for 9 decibels here. And I think that gives me a little bit more of a nicer headroom. And then we're going to go ahead and play with that a little bit more later on. So we can go over into Fairlight now. And now the settings we're going to change over here are going to be our lock meter to transport, absolute scale, and the loudness meter that we're using. So we're going to change this to BS17704 because this is the newer way to measure. You also see that you have YouTube, Netflix, Disney, etc. Different time, different place. We'll talk about that in a different video. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do absolute scale here because if I'm playing in this room, we want it to be absolute scale. We have a very live room with respect. And you see that's going to give us our LUFS level now, right? And then we're going to lock the meter to transport so that every time we play, it gives us a new reading. To echoes, we have marble floors, we have the air conditioner going, we have the So there's one reading, and if we play it over again, this room, we have a very live room with respect to echoes. Boom. Awesome. So now we can see that right now we're at about -23.7 LUFS. So I start in dynamics, go EQ, and then I add in my effects. So let's go ahead and start top down. We'll come into our compressor. And what we're going to do here is first we're going to change our attack and release, right? Attack is how quickly does it activate? We want it as quick as possible. How quick does it release? We want that as quick as possible. Now, I want my compressor to be activating most of the time. That way we can normalize and compress down our vocal range, right? So we have less dynamic range so that people who have headphones aren't getting shocked if I get quieter and louder, right? We're going to try to bring that dynamic range down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press play. And we are just going to simply change the threshold until we get the desired result of activation. So you'll see how I do this here. Let's go ahead and play. Audio so crisp and clean in my YouTube videos. And I really appreciate that compliment because this is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera. So right there, I am very happy with what's going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and now change my ratio, right, to something a little bit more moderate, probably about 3:5. And the reason why I'm doing 3:5 is because you can see what's happening here. When that compressor is activating, this is how quickly it's going to bring the volume down, right? So this just gives me a little bit more play. I like this. Highest I normally go is 4:1, but I think 3:5 is good here. And now we're going to use the makeup to get us as close as we can get. So I'm probably going to go around like -16, -15 for our loudness. So let's just play with this and take it up to like 11.5 and see what that does for us as far as our... In this room, we have a very live room with respect to echoes. We have Now, I want you to notice something. As we got closer to -14, you see how it turned yellow? Check this out. If we go over -14 lufs, marble floors, we have the air conditioner going. You see what that did there? It turns red. So we were pretty good, probably around we're gonna do 12.8. We have the PC noise in the back. So let's see here. Okay, well, let's just stick with 11 for now. We'll come back in and fine tune it later if we need to. Now we're gonna do the EQ. This is my favorite part. First, let's turn on all of our bands, change it to the diamond for all of them, and then we're gonna change our Q factor to 10.3 on all of them. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use this little peak here to find the bad sounding frequencies throughout our audio. So I'm going to start with 2 and watch how I do this. It's very simple. Because this is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera in this room. We have a very live room with respect to echo. Hear that? We don't want that. We don't want that frequency to be heard by our audience. Even though you can't hear it when it's at 0, it's still there. So let's just go ahead and take it out. I bring it down to -10. Now watch us do this for all of them. We have marble floors. We have the air conditioner going. We have the PC noise in the back. So right there, take it out. Today, I'm going to show you guys how I edit my... Right there. We don't want that. Take it out. Audio in DaVinci Resolve to get it as crisp and clean. That, you see how horrible that sounds? Take it out. Clean as you are hearing it now, and hopefully... And right there, we're going to take that out. Now, on the lower end of my voice, I just take out a bit of the bass. We can do this in less than 5 minutes. Let's head over into Resolve. Plot twist, we're probably not going to do this in less than 5 minutes. So I'm probably going to bring that down around here. So let's go ahead and listen to our before and after with that. Questions is, how do I get my audio so crisp and clean in my YouTube videos? And I really... So right there, we've already brought some clarity, but what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of makeup to bring us back to where we want to be in my YouTube videos. And I really appreciate that compliment because this is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera in this room. We have a very live room with respect to echoes. So I'm probably going to do about 5.8. And by bringing up the makeup, I'm also bringing up these frequencies that we weren't touching back up to baseline so that we still have the clarity in our voice. So I'm going to just go 6 to be liberal here. And let's just see where we're at with lufs. Crisp and clean in my YouTube videos. And I really appreciate that compliment. All right, so right now we're pushing 14.2. We'll see if that stays the same after we bring in our creme de la creme right here, which is how we're going to get rid of all that background noise and the echo. And that is with a plugin called Echo Remover Complete. A link is in the description down below. Now, this is my favorite plugin because watch the magic that this is going to do off the bat. So the one thing about this plugin is that it does give it a little bit of a delay when you start, but let's just go ahead and play and see what it sounds like. And I really appreciate that compliment because this is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera in this room. We have a very live room with... So you see how we got rid of all of that background noise and the echo? Well, here's my other trick. I turn the strength up to 100, turn off the dryness, and we turn down the tone, leave the body where it's at. Respect to echoes, we have marble floors, we have the air conditioner going, we have the PC noise in the back. So today I'm going to show you guys how I edit my audio in DaVinci Resolve. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm probably just going to come to the makeup here and bring it down to 4.7, right? I'm good with leaving that there to get it as crisp and clean as you are hearing it now. And hopefully we can do this in less than 5 minutes. And like I said, I'm okay with it being at -16. I'm going to finesse it just a little bit. Let's just go to 5.2, 5.3. All right, we're going to leave it alone there. The other plugin we're going to use is going to be in restoration. This is going to be Fairlight, and we're just going to take on a De-Esser, which is going to take care of that. Now, here's just a little bit of a bonus tip, right? If you find that your audio is sounding flat after all of that, come over here with me into Dynamics and throw on a multiband compressor.
change it to impact and balance, and watch what it does to my voice. We're just going to turn it on and off. Listen to this.
Clean in my YouTube videos. And I really appreciate that compliment because this is what the audio sounds like straight out of camera in this room. We have a very live room with respect to echoes. We have marble floor.
So, I mean, it's a very subtle change. I am okay without it. But again, like I said, a lot of this is up to personal preference. My biggest thing is making sure we're at the right loudness level and getting it as clean as possible. I'm simply going to delete this plugin. Last thing we're going to do is come over to our bus one and throw on a limiter real quick so that we are at a -1 ceiling and a -1 input level. And then we're going to have a quick release. And check this out. Now we're going to make sure our headroom should be at -1.1.
So today I'm going to show you guys how I edit my audio in DaVinci Resolve to get it as crisp and clean.
Cool. Awesome. We're at -1.1. And like I said, I like to finesse the audio a little bit. So I'll probably come up to about a 5.8. And let's see how we're just sounding here.
We have marble floors. We have the air conditioner going. We have the PC noise in the back. So today I'm going to show you guys how I edit my audio in DaVinci Resolve.
And so we're at about a 15.3. I am loving this all so much. And that is how I edit my audio in DaVinci Resolve.
I know I'm known pretty much as the color grading guy on YouTube, but good audio is just as important as great visuals. As a matter of fact, I believe you should be proficient in any aspect of whatever NLE you are using. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Keep in mind, I don't just use this technique for my videos that go onto YouTube. I even edit my podcast in DaVinci Resolve with this technique just because I find it to be a lot easier to work with the audio that way. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. If you have not, follow me on social media. The links are in the description down below, and leave me a comment. It really helps with the visibility of these videos. Now more than ever, my beautiful people, if you're ever feeling uninspired, uncreative, or just want to give up on life, remember, every day airplanes take off against the wind. Keep climbing, stay inspired. And as always, stay fabulous. My name is Sydney. I'll see you beautiful people next time. Peace out.